Hello everyone, welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Sim news video. In today's video, only a little bit of news for you guys as I try and shorten my news videos to not only increase the frequency, but also increase the amount of choice you can have in terms of what video you want to watch. Today we're talking about Carenado working on a Pilatus PC-12 and a tiny update from the QualityWings team on their 787. Without further delay, let's get right into it. Now, Carenado have shared some photos on their Facebook page saying the wait is almost over, PC-12 approaching, thanks for your support, stay tuned. Now, you might be familiar with this aircraft in terms of Microsoft Flight Sim development, because indeed it's being worked on by SimWorks Studio. But it seems Carenado have progressed a lot further than SimWorks Studio have, just by what they're showing us on Facebook. Now, it was released on April 1st. But I don't believe this was an April Fool's joke. It really does look pretty nice. I don't cover general aviation aircraft as much as I'd like to be honest. But I know this is a really popular one. If you do classify it as a general aviation aircraft, of course it is pretty big for that type. If you're unfamiliar with the PC-12, it's a turboprop passenger aircraft, or cargo aircraft I should say. It's been around since the early 1990s, I believe, with quite a few built, according to Wikipedia 1,700. It sees some sort of commercial use, is popular in the general aviation community for those who can afford one, and also sees some military service for VIP transport, because of course that's kind of what this plane is. It's not your regular Cessna 152, it's more of a VIP aircraft, and it's coming to Microsoft Flight Sim. It does look pretty nice. We don't get any cockpit shots, we just get a few external shots of the aircraft flying quite low to the ground or sitting on the ramp. And that's all I can say for it really. It looks pretty nice. Of course, Carenado don't always produce the most high fidelity aircraft in terms of system depth, but they're always very fun to fly, at least I find. And they've certainly made big improvements on Microsoft Flight Sim, so hopefully good news. Now moving over to a tiny bit of news from the QualityWings team. This was sent to me from a guy on Discord, so thank you to you. This is a tiny little bit of news. Now, I've been waiting around for the QualityWings 787, and it turns out we're still going to have to keep waiting. This aircraft is still very much under development. But we finally got a bit of news from the QualityWings team on the forum confirming that they're still working on it. As you can see now on the screen, Ernie Alston from the admin group over on the QualityWings forum says that we're still here, we are in active development, so there we go, thank goodness for that, but they're not in a position to make any announcements yet. Since the original Q2 2021 announcement for the 787 on Microsoft Flight Sim, they've now decided that being quiet is frankly the best thing to do. Now, I'm not going to say I support this, but I can understand that there's been numerous delays in terms of the SDK and updates, making it a bit more difficult for developers to produce aircraft. Now, I'm not for developers leaving potential customers in the dark, but I can completely understand why they haven't been so open about it, although I do believe a bit more transparency would be nice, but at least we've got a bit of an answer to the questions so many of us have been asking recently. As someone on the forum says, it will come when it comes, but it's nowhere near close. I think that can sum it up. I'm not going to offer any predictions because that would be foolish after this, but you know, it is what it is. Not good news, not bad news, but at least it's still around. From me today, that is all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of Microsoft Flight Sim news. I'm trying to keep it as concise as possible. I'll be producing smaller but more frequent videos as we go into the future, and then wrapping up in one of my more common videos. I'll see you around, guys. Last thing I want to say is a big thank you to my first class channel members. They get a shout out on the screen now. Check out pilotstud.co.uk for written reviews of aircraft and updates about Microsoft Flight Sim, as well as real life aviation. From me today, I'll see you around. Bye bye.